You jackass. All right. The Uninvited, 2009.
Perfect way to open this up, right?
No, that's fun. I like that. The Uninvited, 2009. Anna returns home after a stint in a mental hospital, but her recovery is jeopardized by her father's new girlfriend and ghastly visions of her dead mother. Now, going forward, I refer to the girlfriend as stepmom. So that's, if you hear me saying that, that's who I'm talking about.
Played by?
I have it here. Elizabeth Banks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Directed by the Guard brothers, and I looked into their stuff. This is their biggest movie.
Okay.
They have like 4 or 5 other things, and I guess they mainly work in the either electric or they do the side stuff in movies a lot. They were trying to get into this, I guess, directing.
Yeah. Which, I mean, this movie is good, but it's actually a Americanized remake of the movie A Tale of Two Sisters, which is a Korean film based on an old Korean myth or legend or something like that, or poem. I can't remember all the details. I tried to find more about the origin of but it started going way back to, I couldn't exactly pinpoint it, and an era whose name I'm not going to try to pronounce because I will butcher the ever-loving bejesus out of it.
Okay. Sure. Stars Emily Browning as Anna, and most folks know who Emily Browning is. She was in Sucker Punch.
Fantastic film.
Sucker Punch is awesome.
Oh, hell yeah.
A series of unfortunate events with Jim Carrey, I think.
Yeah, amazing movie. Shame they never did a sequel.
Have you seen Sleeping Beauty? Have you seen Sleeping Beauty? Because Full Frontal from Emily Browning. Yeah. She plays like a prostitute or something like a high-class escort.
Welcome to Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah,
here's some titties.
It's wild. She's suddenly, and at some point in her career, and I think Sleeping Beauty was the first one, she just started doing nudity. Like, not an issue. There's another movie that I can't remember the name of that she does Full Frontal in also. There's another one that's like a sci-fi thing, and she has like scars on her body. And she's topless and all this stuff.
She's just like, yeah, let's show some titty.
She just didn't care. Yeah. And then she got married and
last year.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she, according to the thing, she's still technically acting. She's just like, I guess, taking a break allegedly because, well, again, she got married last year, which was 2023 at the time of filming.
Oh, okay. Episode. I got you. But yeah, Emily Browning, she's hot. She's hot.
I was a bigger fan of Rocket and Sucker Punch.
I don't know their names. I haven't seen it forever, too. We should do Sucker Punch. That'd be a fun one.
Oh, yeah. I think it was Heather Donahue.
Rope and Devin for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one for her.
She's played in the actress played, yeah. But of course, she's a redhead in the film, so.
Right.
The one I'm talking about.
Of course she is.
Anyway.
Well, Emily Browning in Sleeping Beauty is redhead.
Oh!
Just to let you know. Ariel Kebbel as Alex.
She's played in a number of things as well.
John Tucker Must Die.
Probably one of her most known roles.
The Grudge 2.
I can't remember her in The Grudge 2, but I can't remember much of The Grudge 2.
Yeah, same. And then it was a popular kids, young teenager movie called Aquamarine. It was about mermaids or something.
She also played in American Pie Bandcamp, I believe.
I stopped watching after part 3.
Oh, Bandcamp was hilarious. It was a different Stifler.
Right, that's why I stopped watching.
Oh. Well, it follows specifically Stifler. This different Stifler.
I might have seen it back then. I don't remember.
It was one of their more straight to DVD ones, but it was honestly it was fun. Like honestly, after Bandcamp Beta House was pretty good.
Yeah, I know they had a bunch, but whatever.
Yeah, there was 3 good ones after.
Okay.
Yeah, Bandcamp, Beta House, Naked Mile. Naked Mile, because, well...
Okay, so you're... Yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Elizabeth Banks as Rachel, the girlfriend/stepmom kind of thing. Hunger Games.
She's played in a lot
of stuff. Role models.
She does a lot of directing now, too.
Does she?
I believe so.
Zack and Mary Make a Porno was what's his face? Seth
Rogen.
Seth Rogen.
I was like, how'd you...
Yeah.
made me blank on Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
It's like, how do you forget about Seth Rogen?
I've heard she's not fun to work with.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true.
But
You know?
she seems like she'd be fun to work with.
Just what I've heard. I mean, just my dealings in Los Angeles when I used to live out there. I heard some things. But I could be wrong.
Yeah,
Who knows?
well, I've heard a lot of
It
things.
could just be people saying their personal stuff
Yeah.
against her. David Strathairn as
Daddy.
Stephen the dad. Yep, he's the dad.
Mr. Ivers.
He was in Lincoln, and he was in a movie we've already reviewed, Godzilla from 2014. Go back and check it. What are you doing?
There was a hair.
Oh, okay.
A long hair.
Go back and check our Godzilla 2014 episode. He was in that one. And LA Confidential.
I was afraid I'm going to sit there and stick my finger in his ear.
Again, yeah.
Again.
You psycho.
You know, if I had a penny for every single time I get called that on a regular basis from coworkers.
I've said it a few times just during doing these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
I was editing tonight, before you came over, I was editing the next episode coming out, and I say it to you.
Yeah. No, I'd probably have enough to buy a pack of drinks.
Yeah.
But just...
Let's get into it, though.
Yeah.
The Uninvited. She does a lot of dreaming in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot of subtlety to this film that I like.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, it opens up with a foreshadowing, fire crackling, and then, of course, the I love you, and I have a condom.
Right.
First line out of this film, like right out the gate.
Uh-huh. By this guy named Matt.
Yeah.
It's like her romance of the movie kind of thing.
Yeah, and then she's like, you know what, I gotta go. And then she pushes him aside, and then she goes to walk away, and then she runs into a body in the woods, or a trash bag in the woods with a body in it. Mm-hmm. And then she goes to, and the body speaks, and she goes to her house, and boom, fire, explosion, Michael Bay.
Yeah, it's her mom blowing up in the boathouse.
Yeah, and because her mom is bedridden from unknown illness of some kind. They never say.
Yeah, they don't get specific.
Yeah, but her mom has a bell that she rings when she wants help.
So it's her telling her psychiatrist.
Yeah, and then
this.
Yeah.
And he tells her to, she's going home.
Mm-hmm. Like, well, you're ready to go home. Just finish what you started.
Finish what you started. Yeah. Another patient yells at her that. What'd she yell? I can't remember. Like she'll be back.
I'll be lonely. You think they fixed you? They didn't. They couldn't fix me.
Right.
Who will I tell my stories to? Foreshadowing.
Uh-huh. And Dad picks her up.
Mm-hmm.
Dad gives her a book he wrote. It says, "For my daughters, Anna and Alex."
Mm-hmm.
So now we know Anna has a sister.
Yep. Well, there was a little hint at it, played by Miss Keeble. Kibler?
Her name? Keble.
Yeah.
Ariel Keble.
Yeah. Yeah, Miss Keble. Ariel Keble. She, in the brief opening sequence where she's like, Anna, where are you going? You know, after she leaves the party, after the, you know.
Yeah.
I love you and I have a condom guy.
Right.
She leaves him.
She meets her new stepmom, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say stepmom.
So she comes into the door right out the gate and she immediately yells, Alex! As soon as she enters the house.
Uh-huh.
When no one else is around.
Ah.
And is looking around, then sees someone swimming in the lake and gets changed and goes to, you know, get down in the area. And that's when Elizabeth Banks comes in with massive amounts of cleavage.
Sure. Yeah. She's got that. Yeah.
I mean, like, she's I'd say she's about as busty as my fiance, but she is, like, sporting a massive amounts of cleavage for, I'd say about a C cup.
I don't know.
I'm not a good judge of it.
Yeah, I'm terrible
I just
at
like titties. Anyhow. But yeah, so, and then she's all like, you know, I'd hug you, but I'm all sweaty, blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. This is what it sounds like when doves cry. She goes to the lake and runs into Alex.
Yep. And Alex is pissed that she thinks she abandoned her.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you get my letters, my mixtape?
Yeah. So then...
The picture of my butthole.
So then Alex... What?
What?
So then... Never mind. So Alex goes to yell at her dad and walks off.
Yeah.
And she has a bad dream of her mom crawling into her room. And now this is the classic Asian horror style of the crawling and that sort of thing.
I think the Japanese refer to it as like an onryo or something like that.
Okay.
Onryo. I don't know. Anyone knows the proper pronunciation? Comment. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification button, tell your friends, tell your family.
Yeah.
Or don't.
That'd really help us out. That'd be great. So stepmom mentions her sister, Alex, being bitchy, but Anna was different.
Still waters run deep.
Right. So they go down to the dock. Guy rolls up in a boat. This is Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Matt says he saw everything that happened that night, but is interrupted by stepmom.
Mm-hmm. Miss Banks.
Anna keeps having these dreams of hearing the bell her mom would ring and that sort of thing. And
Ends up finding.
I'm kind of cutting it short because they all seem very similar. They're kind of creepy.
A lot of it's implied she's having premonitions.
Yeah. She sees her mom and screams. Her sister finds her screaming.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and her sister again intoxicated, and it's like, no, it was yeah, it's like, just let it go. That bell belongs in the attic. Stepmommy nurse found it from a pet store so she could hear mom walking around so she could ride up on that day.
Yeah, that's right. We get to that later. Tells her sister it was stepmom that killed their mom.
Yeah.
And Alex says she killed mom and then she's not going to get away with it.
Yeah.
So.
And also she says, I like this line, here comes the burrito.
Here comes the burrito. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Here comes the burrito.
So she had to run out.
Yeah.
Stepmom invites Anna to town.
We've all been there.
And Anna sees Matt. And they talk about, like, oh, hey, I want to tell you what I saw kind of thing. He's like, all right, let's meet. We'll meet at the Rock at 11 tonight or something like that. And then stepmom interrupts them.
Yeah. And don't worry about bringing groceries to the house anymore. That is my job.
Yeah, she stops Matt from bringing stuff to the house.
Which looks suspicious, or does it?
Right. So they go snooping on stepmom.
Ahead, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Snoops on stepmom in her stuff with Alex. So Anna and Alex are snooping through her stuff. They're finding lingerie.
A lot of lingerie, like lacy, sexy stuff.
A dildo.
Yeah, a
or
big
a vibrator.
silver one. I'm
Yeah.
talking like,
Yeah.
I've heard of silver bullet, but this is like a silver artillery show.
Oh, she's in for it. She knows what she likes and she's gonna do it.
I'm talking like, a tank. No, da, da.
I don't know that reference. Is that a reference to something?
Yeah, that is like a tank shell. And then I did the song from like that 82-second overture, da, 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 with that song that has cannons.
Yeah, the 1812 overture. Okay,
yeah.
Gotcha.
By Gorbachev, I think it was.
No, it wasn't. Gorbachev was the leader of Russia.
Close enough.
The USSR in the 80s.
We'll agree to disagree.
That's funny. I like that. Gorbachev. That's good. Matt doesn't show up to the meeting spot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Alex are just sitting there. Like, what happened to him? Where is he?
Well, Matt shows up at her house, though, through her window. He climbs through the window.
Yeah. And
then
he's soaking wet. And his back hurts.
Yeah, his back hurts. And he starts doing the crawl thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever.
And that scene where she feels his back and he, like, shifts and, like, the crunchy... That actually kind of...
Yeah, the crunchy thing that, like is kind of that...
those sympathy pains you get when you see something, you kind of grab that part and you're like, ooh, I actually, every time I see this, I'm kind of like,
only if it's a nut shot.
Oh, well,
it's got to be a nut shot or I don't really have that.
I mean, that's...
Nut shots, though, ooh, that's... I feel that every time. Oh, I feel bad.
I hyperextended my back in high school, so probably that's why I was like, I saw that and I was like, the cracking, I'm like, ooh.
Okay. Next morning.
I mean, that was a good effects though. I like that.
It was cool. It was cool.
Help me! Your mother warned me about you.
Next morning, they go down to the dock to see.
He's trying to censor me.
What? I don't care what you say. They go down to the dock. They see police. There's police action out in the lake.
Yeah, and they dig Matt. You don't dig in the water. They dredge.
Pull.
Well, what's that called when
that's when you're dredging the bottom if the person has sunk. But he was probably still floating.
Okay.
Because it was fresh.
All right, we'll have to pull him out of the water. The lake.
They're pulling him out, and they catch a glimpse of who it is, and it's Matt.
The ocean. Cake by the ocean.
Is it the ocean or is it a lake? I thought it was a lake.
Pretty sure it's a lake. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to throw in a reference.
Anna has marks on her arm. Like bruises from where he grabbed her.
I'm having premonitions. I'm not crazy. I didn't dream it. Look at these marks on my arm.
When he came in through the window, that's where he grabbed her.
And then Alex is like, okay, I'm scared. And Anna's like, I'm not going back. She's like, no, not of you.
Mm-hmm.
Of stepmama. Of Elizabeth Banks.
So they start looking into her. To figure out, okay, so what's her backstory kind of thing. And they figure out she's using a fake identity.
Yeah. It's not, her name isn't Rachel Summers.
I don't remember what it was because I didn't write it down, but it's not Rachel Summers.
Yeah. It's with something. Wasabi. Let's go with wasabi.
And stepmom threatens to send her back to the hospital. Like, no one's going to believe you. Because you're the crazy one.
She comes in and stepmom is like, oh, look, like, let's try and make you pretty, like, here, you got beautiful lips. Let's accentuate them.
Anna calls her out.
Yeah, and like, here's some, and you like these pearls? Like the pearls that she's like, it's the one valuable thing I have that I've ever owned in my entire life, essentially. And so she's like, you want to try wearing them? Like, da-da-da-da.
Right.
And
then she calls her out while stepmom has the pearls around her neck and she's holding on to them, kind of thing. And that's the worst time to call her out. Yeah, like, what are you thinking?
Well, in all fairness, I don't know. I don't think pearls are that heavy.
No, I'm sure it would have broke if she would have tried to
strangle someone with a pearl necklace.
Yeah.
She want a pearl necklace.
You know what that song's about?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's right. It's not about a pearl necklace.
Not that kind of pearl necklace.
You got that right.
Oh, you don't know what that is, children? Ask your parents. Don't ask your parents. We the Demented Collective.
Ask them. I dare you. Go ask your parents what a pearl necklace is. Not an actual pearl necklace. All right.
Strike number 1 on YouTube. Brought to you by Uranus, Missouri.
There's no kids
if you
watching
don't get
this.
that reference, watch our Erie, Indiana episode of Marshall's Theory of Believability.
Stepmom's throwing a fancy party.
Yeah.
And it's got to go perfect. That sort of thing. So, if it's got to go perfect, and they're living on a freaking lake house,
yeah,
they have the money to cater.
Oh, yeah.
Why is she cooking a roast? That roast was not going to feed that many people.
It's probably because, well, when you have that many people over, and it was in regards to the husband's, Mr. Ivor's book signing,
right,
and like his book deal and all that stuff. So, 1, they're probably not going to eat a lot, and 2, she's probably trying to show that she is a strong, independent, capable woman. Motherly,
I can do the house stuff.
Actually, there is something that they point out, I think, a little later as to why she's trying to try so hard as she is throughout this film, such as and some of the little subtle things.
Okay. I think I know what you're referencing.
Yeah. She first says, I blew it. Then she, says, for the catering, she's trying this, trying so hard here, and then she also makes a reference here in a bit where she sits there and says, I want us to look like a family. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So she's probably really wanting to have it's that family role.
Now, Anna...
Or is it?
Anna goes into the kitchen to help her, or to take out the trash. Mm-hmm. And she drops a can, rolls under a oven, whatever, and she goes to reach for it. And was it the redheaded girl?
I think so.
The little redhead girl, it's a jump scare, and it jumps out at her. And she falls back, knocks the roast off. Stepmom goes nuts. Like, oh, you ruined the night, that sort of thing. What are you doing? Why are you trying to ruin me?
Why are you doing this to me? And she's holding the skewer.
Right.
What is that thing called? A little, pitchforky thing that you use to,
Yeah, skewer fork. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
Sounds good to me.
If you know what it is, comment.
And then she tells her dad about stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't believe her. So, and then he goes out of town. So you have this stuff happening. And dad goes to New York or whatever it is. There's a lot going on. And dad's just like, all right, well, I'm going to go take care of business.
Right. Go to your room, honey. I'll see you later.
Right.
But first I'm going to go taking care of business.
Right, so he is out of town. And she sees the redhead girl again. And they think... And I have that here. She sees the redhead girl again, but I didn't put anything else, so I have no idea.
She sees the redhead girl.
She does. And we're going to find out why. We do find out why.
Yep. And then doing some research, they realize that she might be someone by the name of Mildred Kemp.
Mildred Kemp. That's right. They think stepmom has done this before, like taking over a family kind of thing.
Like a Black Widow situation?
Yeah.
Black Widow, baby.
And Alex says, I think it's Alex who says, it's going to end tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Anna and stepmom fight. Mom tries to inject her.
Yep.
And Anna knocks her away. She picks up a bottle or something and knocks her
bottle.
3 times, actually, in the
dunk,
dome.
Dunk.
Yeah.
Smash, smash, smash.
Finds Alex in her room.
Get that reference?
Smash, smash, smash? No.
Oh. Never mind then.
Let me know. Anna knocks her... Okay, so... She finds her sister, Alex, drugged in Alex's room. Mm-hmm. And what does Alex say here? Because she can't move.
Me.
She's drugged.
Just go. Leave me. Go to...
Find the cops or something. Go get the cops.
Someone or other. I can't remember the officer's actual name. Like the sheriff.
The sheriff, yeah. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, because the sheriff, after the whole thing with Matt, the sheriff's like, look, I was there for 1 year, for what happened with your, years ago. He says something that shows that he was there when...
The sheriff.
The sheriff
because
was there.
We're at the sheriff's
mama
now. She steals the car and goes to the sheriff.
Yeah.
Stepmom's car, she steals it, goes to the sheriff.
The sheriff is sitting here, it's like, and then Emily says, or Emily Browning.
Anna.
Anna says, she's trying to harm Alex and I.
Mm-hmm.
Alex is back at the house drugged, and the sheriff stops for a second and goes, no one else is going to get hurt tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Womp.
Yeah.
And goes,
sheriff knows what's going on.
Yeah. He steps aside. Anna's passed out. I almost called her Emily again.
Uh-huh.
Anna is asleep. She's having a dream, and then all of a sudden, Rachel's there.
Yeah, she wakes up with stepmom over her.
AKA Miss Banks, and Miss Banks is all like, it's okay. I'm a nurse. Stab, sedate.
Uh-huh.
And the sheriff is helping her.
Yeah, sheriff's helping her.
Mm-hmm. And then they're back at the house. And this part was a little, I would say kind of could be considered creepy. She's sitting here undressing.
Yeah, that was
Anna
weird.
To put her in
a nightgown? Why? Just let her
I get
sleep.
I get the whole, because as she's sitting there saying, it's like, I always wanted a daughter, but I couldn't have children. And you took that away from me. I was hoping we could, you could be like my daughter or whatever, but you've you type thing.
Right.
And so maybe she's living vicariously, transferring her, I want to say mommy issues.
We're talking about the stepmom?
Yeah.
Okay, so
is it a mommy issue if it's because she wants to be a mommy so badly?
So here's what I think is going on. She said that because this girl she sees her as nuts.
Yeah.
And you're never going to be my daughter because you can't be normal. So, and you took away Alex. Alex is gone, apparently.
Well.
Or am I getting ahead of myself?
You got ahead of yourself.
Okay.
But still doing that, and then
I can cut that.
Alex is sitting here, or Anna's sitting there reaching for a knife, and
yeah, couldn't quite get it.
Rachel's like, you're going to hurt yourself, and then goes to put the thing on. And then Emily sees Alex going, shh.
Yeah, sneaking in behind her.
And then blacks out, wakes up, sees a long trail of blood.
Yep.
Honestly, like, the amount of blood from there to... That's got to be more than 4 quarts, right? It's unrealistic. Unless it was part of her, which you'll see here. And she goes to the trash. Like, this is a trash bin. It's not like a...
It's like a mini dumpster.
Yeah, it's a mini dumpster.
Yeah.
Mini dumpster.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
And opens it. Oh, there's Miss Banks.
Yep. Stepmom is in the body. Or her body is in the dumpster. There we go.
Yeah. Mangled. Well, not mangled, but thoroughly stabbed. And
Yeah. Alex is holding a knife.
I had to do it.
Yeah. Dad rolls up.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
What did you do?
Anna explains to Dad what happened.
Alex, tell him. Alex, tell him. Alex is dead!
Yeah. There's the kicker.
Dun, dun, dun. And bam!
And it shows Anna
Flashbacks.
holding the knife.
Yep.
Like, some of the shots, the way they do it are cool.
Yeah.
Night of the fire. She saw Dad and stepmom banging. The nurse. She was the mom's nurse at the time. They were banging.
Yeah.
And I guess that just kind of snapped her.
Yeah.
Kinda
Anna's
thing.
pissed. Goes down to the boathouse where they have a giant thing of gasoline just sitting there. Probably for what reason?
Boats? It's a boathouse. It's where you fill up.
Yeah, I guess there. Bam. For a boathouse. And where Mama was staying.
Right.
And she she goes down there with a lantern and with a watering canister.
I think her goal was to kill Dad and stepmom.
Yeah.
That night, the nurse, because they were banging.
She's pissed. She saw it. She snaps. She's like, it's not her house anymore, and she wants to burn it to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And instead,
Alex comes in or something like that.
what are you doing, Alex?
And Alex has been drinking.
And then here's the mom's bell ringing, and she's like, I'm coming. Mom turns back around, goes in the house, and then right as
A lantern falls over.
she slams the door to the fueling thing, and it causes the lantern to fall over. Smash! Fire! Gasoline trails all the way to the candle, and explosion.
Yep. And the boathouse blows up. Mm-hmm. And then it shows a clip of her meeting Matt at the rock and throwing him off the cliff.
Yeah.
So she killed Matt when they found the body floating in the lake.
Yeah.
That's how he died. She threw him off.
Because, so it turns out she snapped. She went completely cuckoo bananas.
She ends up back at the mental
Which you find out the
institution.
reason why the mom is her name wasn't actually Summers.
Yeah.
Summer. It's because she changed it 3 years ago because she had a boyfriend that would beat the ever-living bejesus out of her.
Yeah.
And which understandable. It's like, that's unfortunate. Like that. Nah. So this poor lady literally was just trying so hard to have a normal life, it seemed like. Be a mom, have a family. Like, she just wanted normalcy. And instead she got stabbed. Anna goes back to the institution.
Yep.
And
she's talking with her psychiatrist, and she tells the doc, I finished what I started. Because at the beginning, he tells her to finish what you started.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the lady she thought stepmom was,
Mildred
Kemp, was just the other patient that told her she'd never getting out.
Lonely.
All that sort of thing. Because they closed the door and it shows.
Who will I tell my stories to?
And that's the end of the movie.
So that's why she got this, or knew so much about the story about Miss Mildred Kemp.
That's the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And honestly, psychologically, done so good. I mean, you got these scenes like there's all those little subtle details. No one like actually responds to Alex. No one.
Right.
I
noticed there's a group scene where the dad, stepmom, Anna, and Alex are there.
Will one of you come in to help me? They never specifically mention Alex being there.
And then they specifically walk around her and don't acknowledge her when they leave, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do a lot of that.
Even earlier,
It's very...
Anna's pounding like that nail into the wall to get the chalkboard back.
Oh,
up on
yeah,
there. And Alex is in there, and the stepmom doesn't acknowledge her being in there, or
It's very reminiscent of Signs, because when you go back and watch Signs again, you can see, or they'll show clips like he's sitting at a diner with his wife, but they don't show them talking, sort of thing, or he's talking and she's not responding, and he thinks she's pissed at him. And,
you mean Sixth Sense?
Yeah, I did it again.
Yeah.
Every time, man, I say Signs, I mean Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense.
It's very reminiscent of that type of
and
thing.
Night Shyamalan's some of his top film work,
Yeah, so that's kind of where I was at when I watched this. I saw this when it came out, but it was fun watching it again. I hadn't seen it in a long time.
Oh, yeah, same. I mean,
and I like Emily Browning. She does well with her work that she does.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was a really good film. The psychological aspect of I'm a huge fan of psychological horror
for sure.
to begin with.
Yeah.
Like, the aspect of it, especially, like, going through and watching it again, like, you can actually, after having already seen it, it's like, you can then recognize...
I knew what to look for this time.
Yeah.
So I was looking for that type of stuff where they would ignore the Alex character and that sort of thing.
Yeah. Like, it was fantastic. And so I want to check out the movie A Tale of Two Sisters to see how...
FYI, Tale of Two Sisters, it's 45 minutes longer than this movie. Yeah. It's over 2 hours.
It's probably Korean storytelling. Oh, no, I've seen a number of...
I scanned through it. I didn't watch it, but I scanned through it, and it looked very similar.
I'm wondering which, I mean... So, yeah, I like to compare that, but I'm also a fan of foreign films.
Sure.
Foreign to the U.S., I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Or in countries where where the main language isn't necessarily English.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
There you go. Okay, so give me a number. What do you think? 1 through 10.
After seeing everything, I'd give it at least 8.5.
8.5?
Yeah.
Really? That's generous.
I mean,
no, stick with it. I'm just making
because
conversation.
honestly, the big thing that puts it I give it the extra points on. First time seeing it, like I probably wouldn't have rated it this high, but after knowing what to expect and going through and seeing it, it's about the subtlety.
Okay.
I
remember the first time I watched this.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
Oh, yeah, it was fantastic. But now the score definitely gets bumped up just because of the extra subtlety and the hinting and foreshadowing and all that stuff.
If you know what you're looking for, yeah.
Yeah. For the fact that Alex appears to be there, but the camera work and script and everything that they do and the extra work they put in to show that Alex actually was not there the entire time. And then also sitting there analyzing Elizabeth Banks' character as she's playing. You know that you actually see she wasn't a bad guy. She was just a lady that was frustrated with the situation, desperately trying to fill a role, and then just upset because she wasn't able to, fill that role that she wanted to so desperately.
Right.
At least that's what I got from it. I don't know. What about you?
I put it at a 7.
7?
Yeah. In between average and perfect.
Yeah.
It's above average. I like the psychological horror effects of it and everything like that. I like Emily Browning. The dad, I like him. His acting.
All right. Elizabeth Banks, even if she is hard to work with or not, I don't know. She's always been
she's
a
fine.
solid actress.
In her roles, she's fine. Yeah.
I
don't have any complaints with her. The sister, not really any complaints. She was hot too. So that helps.
That's why I watches these films, because hot.
No, those are the bad movies.
Oh,
yeah, those are the bad ones.
Speaking of which, Roadhouse 2, seriously, guys, the cover of
they can't see it.
I can't show them it?
Yeah, you can show them. Yeah. No, they can't see it in the pile right there.
No, look, guys. This straight up this is the cover for Roadhouse 2. This looks like a porno.
That's my movie. I like bad movies.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying that the fact like that
it has Jake Busey in it.
I'm scared of
Jake Busey. He was in Starship Troopers. What do you want?
That's true. But no, I'm just saying, that's fair. I don't know. You said porno or like or no. I said
No, I didn't.
Titties.
Titties. All right.
I'm
Anyways,
telling you guys.
so yeah, 7. I'll go with 7.
So
Above average.
yeah, with the R2,
I'd
say
watch it again.
Oh, definitely.
I'd give it a couple years, but yeah, I'll go back and watch it eventually.
I'd say so. At that point, I'd say that between the two of us, this film is what 7 3/4.
Sure. Yeah, I like it. That sounds good. That sounds right. The math.
Halfway in between.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Give it a watch.
you know, not quite an 8, but almost an 8.
Yeah. And don't forget Sleeping Beauty. And she has another one too. You have to go find it. I can't remember the name of
Yeah,
it.
just search up her filmography.
They're not good movies. That's not
you
why
could
you're
probably
watching.
just, you know what? I'm not gonna. Anywho, yeah. Well, if you,
That's it.
yeah, that's it.
We don't know what we're doing next week.
If you have any suggestions, comment because this one, the Uninvited was. I wish we got that person's name.
Yeah, that's true.
On one of our channels, someone suggested that we shout out to them. You know who you are if you watch this. If not,
I will look it up and I'll put a little thing
yeah,
here.
we'll put a little. We'll add it.
Thank you for bringing this up. We had a conversation in the comments, and it sparked when you said Uninvited. It sparked this, and I mentioned it to him. He's like, "Yeah, let's do Uninvited."
Yeah, and I mean, so yeah, if there's any other films you'd like us to check out, review, please comment. And,
Good or bad?
Yeah, we don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to do this no matter what.
Yeah, exactly.
Camera, no camera.
Yeah, we'd be talking about it either way. So, I guess that wraps it up,
Yeah.
and we will see you next time.
And as always, stay demented.